Hey everyone, so as you saw in my last video, I moved to Spain. If you want more details, be sure to check out that video. And in that video, I did mention that while moving in Spain, I recorded something special, and yes, I went game hunting in Spain, so that's the video. Hope you enjoy it. Just before we start, a little disclaimer: the first store I recorded and edited it as if it was a short or a reel, but then all the other stores are recorded normally. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. Let's go game hunting in Spain with my girlfriend. Today we are going to San Sebastián. You may know this store, they have it also in Mexico, but this is my first European sex electronics shop, so let's see what we can find. Starting with the Nintendo Switch, well, it is very lackluster, not a lot to see here. And the prices are not the best, but they are decent. Ooh, this is interesting but useless without the cardboard. And the only thing that caught my eye in the DS section was Pokemon Platinum, but that was a little bit over my budget. Everything else was just meh. There was a pretty good selection of 3DS games, but these are useless with my American 3DS. Amiibo-wise, they also had a pretty good selection, but nothing that I was really looking for. This GBA F-Zero was tempting me, but again, nothing that I needed. And well, everything else was just okay, nothing I actually was looking for. And all these PS2 games are useless with my American PS2. Unfortunately, today I didn't find anything, but better luck next time. Our next stop here in San Sebastián is a store called Game that was besides this beautiful church, and they had a very impressive collection of used games. As you can see, this is like the GameStop but for Spain. And well, I'm not seeing a specific game that I have in mind. Yes, I am looking for one specific game, but I am not seeing it anywhere. But this store doesn't only have games, it also has a lot of Lego, which was pretty cool. And besides Lego, they also had a pretty extensive selection of board games. This Mario Kart one caught my eye using the Wii renders, but I'm going to leave it here for now. Also, Maite found this double game, which I don't know how to play it, but looks very interesting. And when it comes to these Nintendo games, I cannot use any since the consoles are region locked, except for the DS, but there was nothing to take home with me. One thing that I did find interesting were these books called The Story of Nintendo. There are 4 volumes and they tell the entire story of Nintendo. And I do plan to pick this up, but maybe I'll do it at a later time, since right now I'm focusing on trying to find games. And now we go to our next location, being at Toys R Us. Surprisingly, they have Toys R Us in Spain. And the first thing I see are these board games that clearly have AI generated pictures. That just sucks. I also saw this Forza chair, but with no game inside. But they did have this interactive game that you can play with your feet, which was actually pretty fun. Toys R Us also had Legos, but we are looking for video games. And also avoid getting eaten by a dinosaur. And we're getting closer since I found this Memory Mario game. And yes, we finally reached the video game zone. And this is very disappointing. Let's move on to the next store, which was actually the supermarket. But have no fear, since we found something Mario related pretty quick. And well, where's Mario? I'm not seeing Mario anywhere. I'm just seeing La Vaca que Ríe, which is a cheese company. And yeah, there's no Mario in their product, so this was just fake. Moving into their gaming section, I am seeing a pretty good variety of Nintendo games. However, I am not seeing the one that I am looking for, so unfortunately we'll have to pass. However, the manga selection in this store was pretty cool. Just take a look for yourself. It is massive. And that's how we leave San Sebastián. Unfortunately, we didn't find any games that we wanted or needed, but let's see if we have any more luck in Vitoria-Gasteiz, which is another city here in Spain. And I would just say that the views here are beautiful. I mean, look, beautiful. We then head to our second sex electronics shop to see what we can find. And this store, it is huge. However, the Switch area was again very lackluster, nothing that really caught my eye. And looking at the 3DS section, that I cannot play any of the games, in the DS section, well, it was very lackluster, nothing really good was found here. And I cannot play any of these games since my console is region locked, which actually sucks. And wait, are they selling scooters here? That is crazy. There are also some PS1 games in here, which is pretty rare to see but pretty cool to find, and also a great selection of consoles and controllers that I can pick up. And this part really caught my eye. Ooh, look, Game & Watch, pretty cool. And also some Game Boy Advance games and 64 games, but you know what, this really caught my eye. You know what, I need this Zelda Game & Watch, so I'm going to get it. We grab a little snack and move on to our next location. Our next stop in Vitoria-Gasteiz is a store called MediaMarkt, which is pretty much Best Buy. And now this is what I'm talking about. Old, great, new games, old games. This looks amazing, a very complete gaming section. And if I'm not mistaken, this Little Nightmares 1 Plus 2 is a Europe exclusive game, and also, hey, JoJo's. But I am still not finding this very specific game for the Nintendo Switch. However, something interesting that I did find were these interactive games that had gimmicks with them. For example, there was this dog one that had like a blaster for you to hit dogs. There was also this car racing one with steering wheels, and there was also this Winter Wonderland that had a train. If you would like for me to review this, please let me know in the comments down below. Our final stop from Vitoria-Gasteiz is this game. They had a bunch of used Nintendo Switch games, but nothing that I really wanted or that I needed. They had a pretty good selection of Wii and Wii U games, but again, I cannot use them. And well, the DS games, nothing caught my eye. They also had some pretty cool figures and stuff like that. The different amiibo selection was actually pretty solid. But now it is time to look if there's that very specific game in the Nintendo Switch section. Unfortunately, I am not seeing it in this area. Maybe we can find it all the way over here, because if we find it, I can finally reveal the game that I am searching. And it appears that, wait, we find it! Oh my god, we actually found it. It is actually Epic Mickey. That's the game that I've been looking for. However, oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, no, that's... Even though this is the game that we've been looking for, the box is damaged. And that's just a deal breaker. After all this time, we found it, but I have to put it back since the box is damaged. But let's see. I didn't look well in the Nintendo DS section. Let's see if we can find something to take home in order to buy. Ooh, Cocina Conmigo, que preparamos hoy. This is Personal Trainer Cooking, but in Spanish. It has a different cover. So yeah, I think I'm going to pick it up because this is fun. I want to see if it is different from the American version. So yeah, I just, well, had to buy it. After that, we stumbled into a flea market where I find this magazine. What is it, you may ask? It is an old Nintendo Acción magazine, which is the old Spanish version of Nintendo Power, which is pretty cool. After this long day, it is time to finally relax, getting a drink in one bar, and also get adopted by the locals in another bar. It is now time to take the train to our final stop, that being Murcia, the city where I am staying for the next 6 months. And while not being a video game store, we also went into this bookstore where I found this amazing manga section that had the Senseiya European exclusive book. We also found another double Mario game, and Maite decided to actually get it. We then make our way to another sex electronics shop. Let's see if with any luck we can find a used version of Epic Mickey in here. but it appears there isn't an epic Mickey here, which is, again, disappointing. We do not care for the 3DS section, and let's see if we find anything interesting in the Nintendo DS section. And ooh, Monster House for the Nintendo DS. I loved this movie as a kid. This is something I'm going to pick up. And there's a lot of Nintendo accessories here, and I love looking at the N64 games and also another Game & Watch, but hey, we already have the Zelda ones. And in the anime DVD section, I could not stop and see the Senseiya one, which is again pretty sweet to find Senseiya stuff in here. And on the Wii section, well, a variety of games. Well, I cannot play any of these, neither the Wii U games, since these are region locked. But it is cool to see the very big collection that they have. So no epic Mickey, but at least we're taking home Monster House for the Nintendo DS. We then grab the monorail that will take us to the mall. We take a quick picture, go inside the mall, and go to this store called Fnac. This store is filled to the brim with comic books and also manga, even having Senseiya manga. The gaming section was okay. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but it had a very nice variety of games. This store also had one of the amiibos that I've been looking for the longest time, that being the Young Link amiibo from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, my favorite game of all time. And Maite, my beautiful girlfriend, decided to buy it for me. Our next stop is yet another Toys R Us. This one has Kratos, so I'm sure we're going to find some video games in here. So far, I've only found this Super Mario board game that looks actually very cool and very unique. I might get this one of these days, but for now, let's just let it be. But after exploring the entire store, this is the only video game related thing that I could find. These are mini arcade machines. So yeah, no video games in here. And now it is time for our final store of the video. This is another game store, and there was nothing interesting in the Nintendo DS zone. And again, I cannot play any of the Wii games or 3DS games, and there was nothing interesting in the used Nintendo Switch area. The store had a lot more cool stuff like this Animal Crossing cup, but nothing that I wanted or that I needed. Ooh, a Jenga Mario. But that was about it. That was until I saw this amazing Mario Kart statue, and they had a bunch of pretty cool anime statues as well. But now for the final challenge, are we going to be able to find the epic Mickey rebrushed game in here? So far, I am not seeing it. And if this is our last hope, I don't want it to be a failure. And oh, look, up there. Yes, we found it, epic Mickey rebrushed, and it is a clean case. It is not broken. So we finally found it and we can take it home. Victory! And fun fact, the day we got epic Mickey rebrushed, we also got visited by Mickey Mouse himself. And now, unfortunately, it is time to say goodbye to Maite. She is leaving back to Mexico while I stay here for the next 6 months. I will miss you, honey, and I cannot wait to see you one more time. Thank you for coming with me. What a haul that was. That was insane. So let's unbox everything that we got. So the first thing that we got was the Game & Watch, The Legend of Zelda edition. This is also an alarm clock. So this is a Game & Watch and also works as an alarm clock based on the original Legend of Zelda, and it can actually play The Legend of Zelda, The Legend of Zelda 2, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and just has a variety of features that I'm very excited to show you. Special thanks to you. And here it is, but before I turn it on, I have to charge it, so stay until the end of the video to see the final result. Next up, I got Cocina conmigo, ¿qué preparamos hoy? Which translates to cook with me, what do we prepare today? Which, funny enough, is one of the games that I brought from Mexico. Technically, this is the exact same game. One is the English version, one is the European version. I'm not sure if there's going to be a difference between these two, but I guess we'll have to find out. Speaking about the Nintendo DS, I also got Monster House for the Nintendo DS. I love Monster House. I think this is going to be a great idea for a video reviewing Monster House for the Nintendo DS. It kind of fits my vibe, and I've been looking out for this game in Mexico, but I found it here. Oh, we are so in. Oh, this is going to be great, so I can play my regular DS games, so I can play European DS games on my American 3DS, which is great. The game that I was the most excited about was Epic Mickey Rebrush, because for some reason I couldn't find it in the United States, but I did manage to find it here in Murcia, and I've been looking for this game for ages. And now, well, it is in my collection. One thing that is very important to me about Nintendo Switch games is the art that is inside. So let's see if Epic Mickey Rebrush is a disappointment on that side or not. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, so it was disappointing on that side, but you know what? Whatever. This is still very cool. I have the game and I am going to be able to play it. Before coming back to the Game & Watch, I also got some pretty cool nerd stuff as well. For example, this European Spanish version of Nintendo Power, or Club Nintendo in Mexico, in which I compared the Nintendo Power from the United States to the equivalent Nintendo Power called Club Nintendo in Mexico. Well, this is Nintendo Acción, which is basically that for Nintendo, and this is from June 2006. I also got these two Sensei Knights of the Zodiac mangas, which are missing from my collection. I know you guys don't know about Senseiya, but I love this manga. And finally, the gifts from Maite, my girlfriend, is this doubles Super Mario Bros. Edition, which is an European board game here, and it is actually very, very fun, and I really, really appreciate it. This is very, very fun. Maite and I played a couple of rounds. Love it. And she also bought me Link from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, which is one of the few Zelda amiibos that I'm still missing. And this is the Link from my favorite video game of all time. Majora's Mask is my favorite video game of all time, and this is the amiibo for it. So thank you, Maite. I really, really appreciate it. Now it's time to look back at the Zelda Game & Watch. Here it is, the Zelda Game & Watch clock, which is honestly amazing. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So anyways, that was my haul. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want a part 2, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, bye, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.